Hello, beautiful people. I am happy you're here with me today for my April Plan with Me. Such an exciting month coming up. So many things planned and looking forward to. Getting right into the main drawing, the main art piece. I'll explain a little of everything else later. But I'm using my Crayola Colors of the World markers in the rose variety. And I'm doing a loose snapdragon flower, which was inspired by a watercolor I saw on Pinterest. Of course, it's linked below. And I have my Crayola Super Tip, or my Crayola Colors of the World, from lightest to darkest, so that I can make sure that I'm putting them on the paper in order. I'm just making blobby petal shapes along the line. They're almost kind of like heart shapes that have kind of exploded with maybe a little splash of color coming out. And going from lightest to darkest, I'm making sure that it's a little bit of a variety, a little bit all over the place, so that it's not too much concentration on one color in one area. The last little bit of the two darker colors I only use for the stem and for the leaves, and then also the dark deep rose I use for some shading of some of the petals. But really, once you see it complete, you can tell that it's not really specific, and so any mistakes will just be interpreted as art. Not a lot of pressure to put on yourself to make it perfect. Doing a really simple calligraphy with this quote page. It's a specific scripture in Isaiah 53 to go along with the memorial of Christ's death this year. And in Creole, it's He give up a life, He must pay for a lot of people's sins, and He must step in for the sin day. I'm using the cut off page to mark the curved corners because I don't have one of those fancy clips that make it perfect, but that's all right. A pair of scissors does the job just fine. This is the first time doing a Dutch door, and on this side of the page I have my calendar. The boxes are 6 boxes tall by 5 wide, and then with the strip of color on the top, it leaves the white space 5 by 5. Doing a little bit darker, I'm using another strip on the top for the days of the week. And as you can see, I'm doing the same loose snapdragon print on the other side. I'm really speeding it up because you'll be seeing it over and over again. But if you'd like to see a more detailed, zoomed in, closer look on how to draw this particular flower, head over to my Instagram, LookintheNooks. The link is down below and in the description. But I wanted to keep this month warm and happy and just something easy to keep up with, because it is going to be a very busy month, and something that I could really keep everything organized so that nothing gets left behind. So there you can see the flower peeping out on both sides. So I really like the Dutch door, how it came out with this spread. If you notice that I'm using the lightest, very light rose to draw my first little line, just to give myself a little bit of a guide. But other than that, there's no pencil marks for this flower. It's tapered at the top for the smaller buds that haven't bloomed or completely blossomed yet, and then the bigger ones are at the bottom. And then the leaves just peeking out here and there are kind of like a teardrop with a more rounded end on the edge, and where it comes to a tip going towards the stem. I made 4 boxes for organization this month, and I kept it again in my lightest Crayola marker, that very light rose, rounding the corners for the boxes to keep that soft feel. I have a few different things that I need to keep track of. I have specific goals, and I like to split them up between things at home and then personal. And then also I like to be able to write down my prayers, some specific things that I'm looking for, specific answers for, some major tasks. And then also I'm trying this new thing to make sure that I'm a little more organized with my social media. So that's what the YouTube and Instagram is, but you could use that for anything else, maybe work or a notes page. Or even if you don't have anything more to write down, you could put a little mini calendar there, and that'd be super cute as well. Turning to the next page, I have my mood and habits. I'm going to start first with this scripture in 2 Thessalonians 3:3. And in Creole it read, "The lad faithful, and he will strengthen me and protect me." So again, focusing on the ransom sacrifice of Jesus and his active role helping us today. I thought it would be really nice, especially like if sometimes writing down your mood, you wonder like, why was today so bad? Having the scripture right there will really be helpful too. Help me reset and focus on no matter what, everything will be okay. I kept the flower mostly to one side, trying not to go over too much, because you'll see I've split my mood tracker by 15 by 15 since there's 30 days this month, and that way I could have them on top of each other instead of across the two pages. This big box here will be my one line for the day, so I'll be able to explain a little bit what happened or have a specific expression of gratitude. And then I have 6 boxes for my habits. I tried at first to make like the rounded edges on my habit tracker, but then I realized since the mood tracker and the one line a day box both are square, very, pointy edges, I decided that the habit tracker probably should be the same, even though the page before had the rounded edges. So if you like one particularly more than the other, you can make your whole monthly spread cohesive that way, but I don't mind it. Just a little white gel pen and it fixed up my mood, my habit trackers. I'll go ahead and fill those in later since everybody has different habits that they're working on. And then this next page is my personal study page. Every month I pick a specific subject that I want to study about. Normally I don't go in and decorate it until I'm doing the study, but since I already knew what I wanted, I went ahead and did it this time. And it's just 2 more of these simple flowers, highlighting the page, bringing in the eye to what the things I will be writing in the middle. I'm really looking forward to this personal study to prepare my heart for the memorial on the 15th. And of course, we always have flowers at the memorial, so I think it goes well together. And then my last spread for this month that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is my weekly. I'm trying to keep a few different things with this weekly, and you'll see, but of course I go do my doodle first so that I can do everything around it. And that way I know everything can be placed and be fit in the right area. A little title on the top of the month. And then also I'll be making a little mini calendar, and that way I can see what week I'm in the month, and then that way I also don't have to write the dates next to the days of the week as I write them down in the middle of the page. I've split up the middle of the page by 8 boxes. The first box with the title and the mini calendar, and then from there on the left hand side I have an event box. So this is different things that I need to remember for specific days, but the middle where I have Monday through the weekend will be what I write down for my daily Bible reading. I wish I would have put a line of pink up by Thursday, but actually I think it's okay, even though I didn't have space for it. And then I have a taskbar on the right hand side so I can make sure I don't skip anything that needs to be done. And weekly has been completed. As I go through this little flip through of the finished month of April, I wanted to thank you for joining me. Put a flower in the comments box if you've made it this far. Also check out my Instagram, LookintheNooks, if you want to see more pictures of this spread so you can zoom in to some of the details. Also that detailed how to draw this flower will be there. And my other videos in my channel are all about bullet journaling and studying and the different kinds of simple doodles that anybody can do because I'm not a professional and just learning myself. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope to see you back again for another plan with me.